Roast chook cooked simply is just something I always associate with Sunday night. And I'm going to show you how my grandmother would serve roast chook. Instead of serving it with all the classic roast vegetables, she would serve it simply with some lettuce leaves and a very strong herby vinaigrette. Now to cook our chicken, I've preheated my oven to 190 degrees and I've brought my chicken out of the fridge about an hour ago. You want it to come to room temperature. Now, my chicken looks a little gnarly over here, some dry spots all over the skin, but that's completely fine. The reason it looks like this is because I've air dried it in the fridge for 24 hours. The drier that skin, the crispier the skin is going to be, and we all love crispy chicken skin. So now we're going to season and oil it. So extra virgin olive oil, a good drizzle over the top, and some salt, lots of salt. Now we can get our hands onto it and then just spread that oil all over the chicken, top and bottom. No stuffing required, nothing else. We're just going to cook the chicken simply. When you've got a beautiful, organic, free-range chicken, you really just want to keep the flavours simple. So into a baking dish, I like to use a rack when I'm cooking my chicken so we get a crispy skin around the whole chicken and so it cooks evenly. And this 1.5 kilogram chook is going to take about 50 minutes to an hour or until the juices run clear when I pierce it through the thigh and the breast. Okay, the chicken has come out of the oven. It's been cooking for 50 minutes. And in general, we always say to rest it for half the time it cooks. So while that's resting, let's prepare the dressing and the garnish. Butter lettuce. I love butter lettuce. It's got this beautiful crunchiness to it. And I just love how it looks. I'm going to place this onto a platter. And like I said, this is how my grandmother would do it for Sunday lunch. Okay, that's looking good. We can pop that over here. And if you've got some leftover lettuce like I do, this is the best way to keep it crisp and keep its shelf life. Place a bit of paper towel, wet paper towel, into a recycled plastic bag. Pop some more paper towel on top and then into the fridge. It'll last for double the amount of time. I'm also going to do that with the rest of my herbs here. So for the dressing, I'll need a few sprigs of parsley, tarragon, you have to have tarragon with this vinaigrette, and some chives. And just like our lettuce, we want to keep this as long as possible. So by getting some more paper toweling and roll it up in the paper towel, and you want to keep it moist in the crisper. So just place it into some water and into the bag with the lettuce. Herbs and lettuce, it's not cheap, so you want to get the most out of it. So into the crisper. Done. Now for this vinaigrette, we're going to finely chop all of these herbs. So nice sharp knife. And just cut our chives. Even chervil is quite nice for this dressing. Great. Our tarragon has an anise flavour to it. We always associate it with béarnaise sauce if you like, but it's also nice just with lettuce leaves and chicken like this. And our parsley. Going to gather all of the herbs up and finely chop them. Oh, that smells so good when they're chopped together. Into a bowl, we're going to add 1 clove of garlic. Just going to mince that. Some Dijon mustard, very French. Just got some baby capers. You can chop them up if you like, but I kind of like them in their entirety. Some white wine vinegar for this, and then emulsify everything together with some good quality extra virgin olive oil. Excellent. Now some salt, good pinch of salt, and some pepper. We can sprinkle in our herbs now, and then with a spoon, just mix that together. That right there is a bowl of yumminess. All right, let's carve our beautiful chicken. It's been resting for that 25 minutes. It's also much easier to carve when it's cool and it's not piping hot. I like to cut first of all between the leg and the breast, so straight through that skin, and just turn it over and just follow the natural seam of the chicken. You'll also see the joint just comes away quite easily when you're carving a chicken, so just guiding it with your sharp knife. So chicken thigh and drumstick, cut that through the joint again. We'll pop that on our bed of lettuce. And another advantage of resting a chicken is it's not going to be piping hot, so it's not going to wilt all our lettuce leaves. We'll do the other side of the chicken. So straight through that leg, around, turn it over, and just split it at the joint. And I like to keep the breast on the bone for presentation. So we're just going to cut straight through the center of the chook and lift the chicken and turn it over quite delicately. We're going to cut through the breastbone. And we can cut this in half. Being really careful to do that so we don't break that skin, and arrange it in and around the lettuce leaves. Go. How great does that look? Finally, our gorgeous dressing à la grand-mère, as we say in French. We drizzle that over the lettuce leaves and our chicken, and you bring this to the table. Serve this with crusty bread, a lovely crisp glass of Chardonnay. That for me is how we serve roast chook in France in spring. The last thing I want to do is just add some freshly cracked pepper. Yum. That reminds me so much of my grandmother. She would serve this with a very beautiful bottle of Chablis and some crusty baguette. I just love these dishes. Simple, it's always the best.